Nah, heck, I gotta update. Thank you for the follow, Kev. Okay. Let's do this. I'm gonna try and finish the healer role quests. Also, more importantly, it's not cheating if I give 3 of my own subs, right? Give 3 subs. It's 3 subs, right? Yes. But why is this not? Yay! I gifted the 3 subs, and I got my reward. Cool. Give me Final Fantasy, please. Why is this not popping up? There we go. Okay. Wonderful. Oh, no, she was here! Oh, okay, never mind. Forget the... Hang on. Okay, yeah, forget the, whole finishing the role quest thing. I realized that Nashu's here. So we're gonna do Hildebrand. Hell yeah. Case of the Displaced Spectre. Why, hello there! Core, how serendipitous that we should cross paths in this far-flung nation. Have you come all this way to lend me a hand? Because, let me tell you, I could use the help. You see, I've been doing my absolute darndest to track down the Inspector ever since Mr. Poo-Poo's starship whisked him away to God's nowhere. My best lead turned out to be the Favnarian Truth. Eyewitness accounts on the latest issue described a shiny craft heading west across the ocean, so I packed a few things and headed as far west as I was able. This is where I ended up. Made a few inquiries since my arrival, but mostly I've been acclimatizing myself to the native cuisine. It's a very important step, that. Anyway, seeing as fate has sent you to assist me, I suppose it's time I continue questioning the locals on the matter of the unidentified flying gentleman. This should help our investigations. It's an illustration of a starship clipped from Dorian's publication. Having this on hand should make it easier to explain what we're looking for. Do we get... Please tell me we get this as a housing decoration. I'll ask around the markets hereabouts. As for you, well, I've yet to venture beyond the food stall, so practically anywhere else but here. If you learn any useful information, come find me around this spot. I'll be stuffing my ears with delicious intelligence. Lands guards' duty to remain vigilant for threats. Unusual developments may warrant their intervention. It may be prudent to visit Brooklyn Post and question the soldiers. Okay. You should show that picture to the city guards and ask if they decided anything similar. I'll concentrate my efforts on the stallkeepers and their delicious offerings of information. Where are we going? Yeah, over here. I should probably just teleport. I think it's really dumb that you can only redeem the mount on one character, and I don't know who. I think maybe Mabik gets it, but it's stupid. Yes, me having 3 characters is a very first Eorzean problem, but, like, still. There's something I can help you with? I actually have seen a vessel like that. It was sometime before Zoologist flying ships appeared. I watched it limp northwards through the skies above Tuliola, wobbling about like it might crash to the ground at any moment. I suppose that these wings go with this shirt a little bit. In a little, like, double wing situation. Searching for a strange ship, you say? Yes, it's a flying disc just like that one on patrol in Shaloni. It was slowly drifting towards the ground and seemed to come down somewhere in Yasulani. If you're determined to find it, that's where you should try next. What were they calling the place that's covered by the dome now? Heritage Found? Also, let me... The quarries into the stalls bore no fruit after all. None starship shaped anyway. How was your harvest then? Those are some solid leads. Nice work. So by the sound of things, the ship was malfunctioning and eventually came down somewhere to the north of here. With any luck, this hostage found you mentioned will be the place we find the inspector. I think you mean heritage found. One second. Here's all crackly and zappy. This is where the starship supposedly came down, so let's start our search for the inspector. Standard investigative procedures dictates that we question the residents for possible gentleman sightings. Off we go. That man could be a potential witness. Oh no, the Lalafell. How did you even do this? Is he enjoying this? This is a small settlement, and all its inhabitants are known to me. If a man of such distinctive appearance and demeanor were among us, I sure would have noticed. Perhaps he's wandering around somewhere else inside Solution 9? They have so many more people, he could easily go unnoticed in the crowds. You were here as Queen Svine's guest, as I recall. If your companion wishes to enter the city as well, then I suggest you make arrangements with the sentry at the tower entrance. Solution 9, that sounds promising. Thanks for the tip. Oh, he's not going to be able to come in. I do really like this coat. And it fits nicely with my current gear setup. I need to go buy it. Visit detective, verifying access rights. Unlimited Everkeep access confirmed. Scanning unregistered visitor. Explosive device detected. Entry denied. I'm not carrying explosives. This is medicine for treating Inspector Hildebrand's condition. Explosive Medicinal compounds? Error does not compute. So it's really quite simple. Inspector Hildebrand was shucked up by Mr. Poo-Poo's malfunctioning starship, after which it proceeded to drag him thousands of miles away and deposited him here. Ergo, you need to let me pass so I can blow away his brain's cobwebs. It's really that simple. Error, logic circuits overloading, emergency shutdown initiated. Must be nap time. I guess we can just go in. Ah, that's a good-sized city. Well, there's one sure way of locating the inspector in a place like this. If there's an ongoing case, that's where he'll be. Let's head to the lively part of town and look at any nefarious incidents, shall we? Do you know which is the lively part? True View. That's in the eastern sector, you say? Right then, let's get to it. Oh, Aaronville! What are you up to? Reached out to a few of my childhood acquaintances, but as we suspected, only those without regulators have any recollection of mourning Queen Sphene. I ran into, I was like I was going to the back rooms, because that's always where I go to when I come here, but no. Hello. What, like a crime? Now that you mention it, I did hear about a theft recently. Our city's peaceful by and large, but anywhere you have a lot of people, incidents like these are bound to occur. Our city's peaceful by and large, except for that whole Order 66 thing that happened, you know, a couple months ago. You don't say, and then what happened? I like how this person, even their nutkins, all dressed up for Crimbus. A case, huh? I've heard talk of an odd squealing creature of some sort, but I don't know if that's the kind of thing you're looking for. Also, what's this called, actually? It's the, Wintertide Bulson. Let me actually, I kind of want to go buy that. No, yeah, I'll go to Tool Yellow. We're gonna head over here. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be most of my money, but I don't care. I don't really need any other pieces, I'm just curious. Does this... Yeah, it tucks in... These jeans really are the best piece of gear for me. Okay. Where's my... Where's that shirt that I just bought? Here we go. Storage glamour. Okay. Let's get some... I don't think I'm gonna use this one anymore. So... Wintertide... Okay. Dye this. A blue, and then... Okay. There we go. I'm now ready for Christmas. All right, let's head back to Solution 9. Can I get around this way, actually? I can, right? Yeah, I can. Recent troubles. I saw a pair of soldiers mobilizing not moments earlier, responding to a disturbance, it seems. I don't think it was far from here, but I'm a bit hazy on the details. Oh, there he is. Oh, I heard about that theft. Something was stolen from a nearby tavern, apparently. I got directions to the scene of the crime, so let's head over. It's weird to call anywhere in Solution 9 a tavern. Like, it doesn't really feel like the most tavern-y place. You could call it like a bar or something. The thief absconded with an aged bottle of spirits, the most expensive one in my establishment. I demand you find this criminal at once. No need to get all hot and bothered. The culprit's right under your nose. Admit it, punk. You pinched the hooch. Me? But why would you think... With the supply of souls cut off, folks with a habit have turned to the black market rackets and luxury goods of dubious province is one way of paying the asking price. A top-shelf bottle of juice would make for a fine trade, I'd say. By the by, you know there's a method for identifying contraband souls. Your regulator logs would tell the tale. Don't want to let us check them? Be my guest. I took a gander at the cabinet where the bottle was stored, and the lock showed obvious signs of tampering. Electro-picking tools are awful hard to handle, aren't they? Most amateurs get singed, but you've got scorch marks all over your mitts. Give it up, kid. We got you dead to rights. After they suspended soul provisions, I couldn't stop worrying about the future. It was a moment of weakness. Okay, so if they're not giving out souls anymore, then why also do people have regulators at this point? If they've suspended the soul thing, then they serve no function anymore. Stay for the authorities. Take them away, boys. That was Inspector Hildebrand, wasn't it? He didn't sound very gentlemanly. He must still be in shock after the starship's crash landing. A healthy dose of nauseous delights will put him to rights. Maybe not in such a populated area. I suppose that would be the responsible course of action. Come on, we should hurry along before we lose sight of this ungentlemanly Hildebrand. I want to be on the rails. Ah, damn it. He walked that away, or was it more of a mosey? I wonder if this is actually Hildebrand's shard. Maybe this is just Hildebrand from the Alexandria dimension. Eating a hard-boiled egg. He looks like the Inspector, but he's a touch old and mopey. "30 years passed inside the dome? That if Inspector Hildebrand was here when it happened, that would put him in his 50s. He must have been living here so long he's forgotten everything about his previous life. Luckily, I have just the thing to jog his memory." Think I wouldn't notice such an obvious tale? I don't know what your game is, but bombs ain't toys. Best put them away before you hurt someone or yourself. Like me, I see neither of you were sporting regulators, so I suggest that you be more careful with the only lives you got. Sir, don't you remember us? You're Hildebrand, agent of inquiry and gentleman inspector extraordinaire. I've been called lots of things, but nothing so insulting as a gentleman. I'm a weathered old fool with too many debts and regrets. Detective Hardy-boiled. Very impressive, but even with that name and those odd clothes, you might as well be the inspector's older, more wrinkled twin. Hate to break it to you, but you're barking up the wrong tree. I hope I get this as an orchestrion role. Now she's got her crafters leveled up. I haven't even touched them. You seem awfully fond of those hard-boiled eggs. Here, this one's on me. Thanks, dollface. You're a peach. Does it have a bomb inside of it? Yep. It's a bomb! Okay, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. That's one way to cure a hangover. You got me good. Maybe we really do have the wrong person. That indestructibility is awfully Manderville-like, though. It might be someone who shares the same soul as Hildebrand. I'm not sure what's going on here, but I can see that you're not who I thought you were, and we need to keep searching. A missing person? Yeah, me! Me, missing persons. Yes. Yes. That's the rub. You can leave the sleuthin' to me. Ooh, we can really use your help. By the sound of things, this fellow looked a lot like me. What'd you say his name was? Fildegrand? I'll find him, don't you worry. I can feel a hunch coming on already. Are we sure that isn't the inspector? I'd like to rush off and do some investigative work of my own, but this city still has my head spinning. I think I'll wait and see if this Detective Hardy-boiled is as good as he seems. Meanwhile, you should get back to whatever it is that famous adventurers do when they're not embroiled in one of our fantastical cases. The dame had me looking for a needle in a neon-lit haystack. A city with an allergy to sleep. Oh, there he is. This twin of mine had well and truly lost himself. The tale was colder than the ice at the bottom of my glass. But I could smell it in the air like a cloying stench of cheap perfume. A conspiracy. Stay tuned for further episodes of Detective Hardy-Boiled. Hey, you Nashu also? Oh, no. It's just normal Nashu. The inspectors finally set foot upon the Dawn Trail. Get ready for inconceivably further Hildebrand adventures. Who knows what the case will be this time? Whatever happens, when it happens, whatever happens, you'll be there on the scene. A little detective Coblin. Little detective Coblin. Detective Hardy-Boiled is taking the case of the displaced inspector. So for the moment, we wait. We wait to see what he digs up. I'm sure there'll be plenty for us to do when the clues start to pour in. Okay. Now back to Limza. I do need to also do the Crimbus event still. I forget where. Actually, I should be able to see on my map, right? Yeah. Let's change. Let's keep the Christmas outfit on. Ah, am I glad to see you? I just received word from Wislam and Zrieg. Our culprits have finally been spotted. It seems the thieves are headed for Upper Lenosha. I offered to make my way there as soon as I could, but Wislam and Zrieg said I should hang back for now. Once they've gathered enough information, they'll be heading back to Aleport. Let's go and see what news they have to share. No sign of Wislam and Zrieg yet. I don't mean to assume the worst, but I admit I'm a bit worried. I knew I should have insisted on going. I don't want them to be injured on my behalf. I say we go out and find them. Mishloshkana, terribly sorry for the delay. Wislam, Zrieg, thank goodness. How'd you fare out there? Did you find Elaret and Kokonoa? Yes. We found them all right, but it didn't take long for them to find us. We were set upon by Kokonoa's mammoths. His mechanical menagerie greatly outnumbered us, and may very well have been our end. Death by mammoths isn't an ideal way to go, mind you, so retreat was our only option. Cowardly though it might sound, we needed to ensure that we could keep you aware of the culprit's whereabouts. Before they spotted us, they were stuffing their little metal army into a skiff bound for Camp Bronze Lake, and mark my words, they're plotting something new. Of course, it's entirely possible to seek a quiet route to eastern Lenosha and wish to bypass Bronze Lake instead, but a thorough search of the camp would be wise. Alas, the enemy you face is far beyond our capabilities, so this is as far as Wislam and I will be able to go. I'm sorry we couldn't provide more decisive information. Honestly, I should be the one apologizing. You risked life and limb for me already. I never meant to push you past your limits. You needn't dwell on it. We're as eager to bring those criminals to justice as you. Indeed, we shall at least take pride in knowing that we can point you in the right direction. But we should take our leave for now. Wislam and I ran most of the way here, and I think I speak for both of us when I say we could use a comfortable chair and a hearty meal. None can gainsay your strength, my friends, but I beg you not to underestimate that of our foe. Go well, and may your determination guide you to victory. Camp Bronze Lake. The ferry skipper spoke of the place my first time here. We should hurry and seek passage before Eleret and Kokonoa elude us again. Realize I should turn my volume up a little bit. What a lovely camp. Now, if I were a half-crazed alchemist with the heart sting and a new scheme up my sleeve, where would I hide? It's just me, or are the pigs flying in the sky? It hurts to laugh. Oh dear, that doesn't bode well. To the upper levels, quickly! Poisoning the springs, you truly are the lowest of the low. You flatter me. 'Twas just a little poison, really. As a treat, I'm afraid I couldn't contaminate all the water here, but we're having, oh, so much fun with our shiny new hallucinatory toxin. Step away from the springs, now. Protecting the healer, are we? How sickeningly sweet of you. But you ought to watch your step, well, as well, my dear fairy apple, lest you find yourself seeing stars, or... Eleret, is aught amiss? Oh, no! No. Kokonoa, you look absolutely hideous, or should I say adorable, while you're as body as a porcelain doll! The hells are you on about? Oh, very interesting. Yes, very interesting indeed. I believe I may have poisoned myself. Oh, there's a predicament. And guess what? Do you recall those antidotes I prepared at the base? Because I forgot to bring them! Oh, I didn't read what that was. Unbound scum, you think we'll allow you to walk free after all the chaos you've caused? Well, yes, actually, have you seen Eleret? She's in no state to contend with you, and I've never been one for a rough and tumble. Of course, you're welcome to give chase, provided you have no qualms about leaving these poor souls to laugh themselves senseless. I mean, honestly, it's not the worst thing. Retreat though we must, I would call today a rousing success, but worry not, my dearest bushel of woodsy bodies. We've plenty more tricks in store for you and the entire island. Not since any toxins in the water anymore, so the spring should be safe again. Will they affect the local wildlife? Seeing as Ellerette suffered from a taste of her own medicine, I doubt she's mastered much of the heart sting's power. As such, any poison she produces from it would be relatively weak. Most of her handiwork's already evaporated with the steam. One might compare it to the way those awful unbound smoke bombs dissipate, and thank goodness they do. In more capable hands, however, the heart sting's poison remains active until dispelled with Asuna or another form of antidote. The same permanence applies to its cleansing abilities for our food. Now, there's much on my mind, but I think we've bigger problems to address first. Let's make our rounds of the camp and then talk about our next steps. I'm gonna have a look around the springs to ensure the toxins are gone for good. Can I ask you to treat any victims you come across? That's smarts. 12 spit in my eye if I lie. That smarts like Ifrit himself skewer me with a stick of how do you do? I'd like to get my hands on that Garlean who mistook me for a pincushion. Whoop. Everything hurts. So please have this nightmare. Okay, maybe they do need help. Much appreciated, sir. I wasn't anywhere near the water when it was poisoned, but the toxic steam must have drifted this way. When I heard the rumblings about mysterious mammoths roaming around the camp recently, I was more than a little apprehensive, but I never expected those mammoths' masters would do something so cruel. Your efforts are helping us put this turmoil behind us, and for that, you have my thanks. But I simply can't let you administer this aid alone. I should tend to the remaining victims as well. What comical costumes you all wear, what humorous dances you dance. It's too much to bear. Here you go. My costume compatriots, they're gone. Farewell, my visions. May you revel on in my memory. They say laughter is the best medicine, though I feel far worse than before. Many thanks for putting an end to it. I think I've earned myself another soak and an extra flagon of mulled wine. Pleasant travels to you, healer. Please make it stop. I can't breathe. Oh, thank the gods. I wasn't expecting to nearly laugh myself to death at a place meant for healing, but at least I can breathe easy again. I hear you're chasing after the ones who did this. You're either very brave or very reckless, but I'm inclined to assume the former. Any road, all that laughing has exhausted me, so I may as well take a break from my soak. Thank you again for your kindness, and may the navigator keep you. How goes the healing? Wonderful. I'm glad it's soon proved effective. For my part, I've given the springs a thorough look. The toxins have dissipated completely, so the bathers should be safe from here on out. As for Elorette and Kokonoa's antics, I've had a moment to reflect on everything. Now that our work is done, do you have a moment to chat? I'm well versed in the numbing and blinding poison we use in our hunts at home, but that kept troubling me about Elorette's toxin. I've never seen anything like it. I had no idea it even existed among the Scorpion's gifts. Elorette may be inexperienced, but the fact that she's learned to inflict hallucinations is cause for concern. Still, we should try and look on the bright side. She's yet to discover the heart sting's cleansing properties, judging by the way she couldn't cure her own ailments. Knowing her as well as we do, I reckon she only has toxic trickery on her mind. Kokonoa, however, handled himself surprisingly well despite his exposure. Do you recall the man in Limsa who ate the poisoned apple? He claimed that Kokonoa took a bite, yet never suffered ill effects. He must have some manner of immunity, but how? Traditional Dunes folk families often drunk teas to increase their tolerance. It doesn't remind me of the Sultana's death because she wasn't immune, they just didn't give her a poison. How intriguing. So instead of using an heirloom like the heart sting, the Dunes folk train their bodies to endure fatal toxins. I'd be interested to try that tea as long as I had an antidote on hand. I didn't realize Kokonoa might have had that sort of upbringing, but it would certainly explain why Elorette's tricks don't seem to affect him. Few in my village would ever think to consume potentially lethal food or drink without drawing on the Heartsting's power, yet the Dunes folk do it gladly. The more I consider our differing approaches to poison, the more fascinating it becomes. But I have a feeling the bathers won't want to overhear talk of poisons after what they've just been through. Why don't we continue our discussion in Limsa? Nope. Don't teleport anywhere. You have decided to set up shop somewhere that is an inconvenient distance from every ether shard. I know I've been anxious to ascertain the thieves' whereabouts, but things escalated far quicker than I thought. Your presence throughout the whole ordeal was most welcome. What was not so welcome were Elorette's parting words. Whatever she has planned for the whole island, it can't possibly be good. Her acts of mischief have only grown worse since I arrived in this city. We must take the heart sting back before she causes any lasting harm. Of course, it was Wislam and Zreek's efforts that led us to Elorette, so I have to thank them when we get the chance. In the meantime, I'll do what I can to track down our unruly thieves and report to you as soon as I'm able. Glad you're here. I'm on the cusp of a breakthrough in our search, or I'd like to think so. This won't be come as a surprise, but Elorette and Kokonoa went back into hiding after the Bronze Lake incident. With all their grandstanding, I wasn't expecting them to lay low for so long, but I doubt they'll keep it that way. Fortunately, we have prior experience to guide us. Until now, our culprits have traveled all over Vilbrand. They don't appear to be retracing their steps. I hear Costa del Sol attracts many visitors, so that seems like a likely target. They say it's owned by an entrepreneur named Gegeruju? This is like an realm reborn man, and I don't know how to pronounce his name. Perhaps we can ask if he's spied anything out of the ordinary. What picturesque scenery! I hadn't expected Costa del Sol to be so grand. From what I gather, Gekuruju should be up just ahead. I don't suppose you're already acquainted with him. For better or worse, yes. That's not very encouraging, but as long as you're on good enough terms, I'm sure we'll be fine. In any case, let's be on our way. Well, Vin is our favorite intrepid adventurer. What business brings you to my abode? Yes, I did spy that lovely specimen over here. Alas, I was so entranced by her feminine wilds, I cannot recall any such entourage of Lalafellan men or mammoths. Ah, would that I never drank that wine she so graciously gifted me. A single sip and I saw oh so many stars. I thought them wonderful in those first blissful moments. Oh no. I partook of the drink amongst my retinue of kittens, yet as a rush of stars subsided, I found myself surrounded by a flock of unfamiliar faces instead. First, I presumed the wine caught up to me faster than I anticipated, but as time passed, the unknown faces stubbornly remained. I dashed across the shore in terror. In the midst of the mayhem, I could hear her, the wine-wielding beauty, maniacally laughing in the distance with some other chap. I feared these cackles would be the last thing I ever heard. Which is precisely why I found it appropriate to slap the sense back into him. Oh, I thought you were talking. Judging by the way Master Gekuruju was dancing about at the time, I suspected he'd been in his cups. Drank the whole bloody bottle, too, so if you wish to investigate the wine itself, I'm afraid that won't be possible. Can you blame me? Questionability of her wine aside, the woman was immaculate, a sight for sore eyes. Any gentleman of taste would have fallen for her tricks. Though, we may lack the drink in question, we received reports of mammoths roaming Raincatcher Gully not long after the incident. If you intend to investigate this further, you'd certainly be doing us a favor. Any news of wayward mammoths is promising for us. We'll give the gully a look and relay to you whatever we find. Godspeed out there. Our next destination's clear, but before we depart, might I have a word? Based on Gekuruju's report, it's safe to say Elorette discovered a new poison. While similar to the hallucinatory toxin she used at Bronze Lake, it strikes terror into the hearts of its victims instead. I have a bad feeling about this. She's gaining proficiency with the heart sting at an alarming rate. We must tread carefully when we next cross paths with her. As for the mammoths, Kokonoha doesn't seem to be the type to send them wandering around aimlessly. That's why I think they're bound to have some clues on them. If we can track down those mammoths down in Raincatcher Gully, we might be able to discern what the two are planning next. Going Raincatcher Gully, other side. Probably better to just... Right. Also, I realize I can do this. I have all these skills that I have yet to use. More? said more mammoths plural, but I'm only seeing the one. I think we cleared out the mammoths. How fared your hunt? So I've been keeping a record of the island's rivers. Oddly enough, the mammoths I came across were patrolling the river as well. Now that they've tested their poisons on Bronze Lake Springs, do they mean to take the rivers next? Watch out! My, that dart was laced with a potent numbing toxin, but nothing bruises our favorite fairy apple, it seems. You never cease to amaze and annoy me in equal measure. She's like to have the same manner of immunity as I. Her village was positively brimming with poisonous flora and fauna, after all. I have a request for you, my dears. Would you please give up on your little trinket? Pretty please? I wish only to revel in the fruits of my devilry, yet you continue to spoil my every attempt, and trust me, I despise our conflict as much as you do. Indeed, do you think we enjoy watching our finest mammoths suffer at your hands? Enough. If you truly wanted to end this, you'd hand over the heart sting. The scorpion's gifts weren't meant for a petulant, childish criminal like you. Fine then. No more Miss Nice Ellerette, but answer me this. Who have my antics killed, Who? No one, I remind you, so why must you refuse me? Why else will the world... Well, they're not killing anyone directly, but they do need that to purify their food, so her village is going hungry because you've chosen to take the bow. And just because you didn't murder anyone with the gun does not mean that stealing a gun is still stealing. Our blighted society has never looked fondly upon my love of mischief. For years I despaired until my unbound family and its leader granted me the greatest gift of all, love and understanding. So long as I remain unbound, I care not what the wretched masses think. I shall play my tricks as my heart desires, and all who stand in defiance will know my wrath. That includes you, my dears. My next scheme will finally plunge this island into the chaos I so desperately crave, and I will stop at nothing to see it realized. Bye-bye. Sorry to worry you. I'm feeling much better now. I'm ashamed I didn't sense the mammoth's presence quickly enough. I'm glad you came out of the ambush unscathed. That aside, I wish they didn't use such putrid smoke to make their exits. I don't know if my nose or my stomach could take much more of those awful bombs. With Ellerette and Kokonoa gone, I doubt we'll be able to make much else, find much else here. Let's return to Costa del Sol and inform them of the latest. Should we report to Gigaruju? Back already? How fortuitous, or ominous, or both even. I take it you found those wayward mammoths? Surveying Vilbrun's waterways, are they? After the recent poisoning at Camp Bronze Lake, we have reason to believe the culprits are planning to make Vilbrun's rivers their next target. So the culprits are one and the same, then. I had my suspicions since I caught wind of the incident at Warmwine Springs. Regardless, this bodes ill. We may not know which of these rivers they'll strike until it's too late. Well, I shall not stand for any more of these preposterous poisonings. It would be prudent to inform the Maelstrom of these potential horrors. The one who poisoned you, her name's Eorzea. She stole something precious from my village, and I must recover it no matter the cost. If you learn anything of her whereabouts or her plans in the coming days, anything at all, I'd like to hear about it. Hell's bent on finding her, eh? Brave one you are. I couldn't possibly deprive a lovely lady of information she requires. Worry not, my servants shall sally forth in your general direction the moment they hear of Eorzea's newest misdeeds. Thank you. That'd be much appreciated. It's going to be an uphill battle. We can't afford to let Eorzea and Kokonoha elude us any further. Come on, let's, it's back to Limsa Liminza with us. Oh, why am I... No, we're teleporting to Limsa. Thank you as always for your support. Gigeruju was interesting to say the least, but I'm glad we obtained the information we needed. I don't know why I allowed Eorzea to say her piece. I should have swallowed my pain and taken up my spear. We could have apprehended her right then and there, and yet... There's no more room for mistakes. The longer Eorzea lurks in the shadows, the greater the threat becomes. Countless lives are at risk. The next time we find her, we end her tricks once and for all. For now, I'll remain here and await the news from Costa del Sol. Hello there. I've been on the lookout for anyone from Costa del Sol, but nothing yet. Perhaps we should travel over there ourselves, just in case. Master Mabik, Mr. Sloshkana. Forgive me for the sudden entrance, but I bring a message from Master Gigeruju. Your quarry's been sighted in eastern Lenosha. Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't leave early. Thank you for bringing word. Where in eastern Lenosha were they last seen? Master Bluesky but recently received a report from Mr. Brayflox, a trusted associate of his. We're told a number of Inbreakers with fighting tools and Tinker Dolls infiltrated her long stop. We have little doubt the Inbreakers and Tinker Dolls she speaks of are Eorzea and her troop. I see. We must best find this Brayflox, and soon. Indeed, you're like to find her by the entrance of the long stop in Raincatcher Gully. My master and his associates wish you good hunting. We should get a first-hand account from Brayflox as well. Perhaps she'll have more to tell. Let's be off. Uplander Gobby friend returns to Longstop. This is Brayflox. I told her she reminded me of a moblin, but I got a bit of scolding for that. Not mobbies, she said, gobbies. Yes, gobbies. Gobbies require hand lending to backstrike at inbreakers. Inbreakers bring big flock of tinker dolls to search for water gush. Water gush? Does Ellerat mean to poison the island's water source? That must be why they were researching the rivers. That if the toxins are strong enough, anyone or anything that draws near the water will grow terribly ill. All of Vilbrand would fall in the disarray. Poison makes no good for Gobbyflock, no good for Vilbrand. Narrow, hearts in need of many punishings. This goes far beyond trickery. We must end Ellerat's ambitions here and now. I doubt she'll come quietly, and she has the heart sting at her disposal, but with your aid, I know we can take it back. As soon as you're ready, we'll storm the long stop. She changed her outfit. There they are. I knew bringing those bits and bobs for battle was a good idea. If you're after some manner of surrender with a heartfelt embraces and handing over magic heirlooms, you've come to the wrong long stop, my dear. You monster, you plan to poison every waterway in Vilbrand, don't you? But of course, the trick is to let the poison stew for a few bells. With a healthy helping of those tantalizing toxins and a dollop of advanced alchemical process, poof! This eyesore of an island will get a taste of my finest work yet. My latest masterpiece neither dissipates nor evaporates. No amount of inherent immunity can save you from its influence. It may be safe to the touch, but one tiny sip will have you begging for mercy. That's no jest, by the way. I wouldn't begin to describe what manner of havoc the experimental doses wreaked on me, but I will look forward to seeing how it affects the general populace. Oh yes, the residents of Limsa and its adorable little hamlets rely on this water, so many people blissfully unaware of what's to come. And every single one of those wretches will be at the mercy of our malice. Every single one! If she unleashes these toxins into the waterways, this is going to end up far worse than Bronze Lake. The only wretches I see here are you two. Your precious scorpion once hunted prey with these poisons, yes? Perhaps I should learn from its example and revel in the thrill of the chase. I suspect that's my cue to back away. I'd rather watch the chaos unfold from a safe distance. These venomous gifts keep on giving. My very ether is infused with their essence. So now, my dears, it's time I hunt you for a change. Goofy battle music. Oh, I keep on trying to target her. Myself. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay, like this. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't even cardia her. Oh, that's not great. Okay, I should have done that to begin with. Oh, I keep forgetting I can dot her too. Oh. Oh, she's got so many statuses on her. Returning HP, Fizz Vuln down, Magic Vuln down, Max HP increased, damage up, magic damage up. Summon the defective mammoths. Defective how? In that they explode? I'm sorry, the what? Oh, they're attacking. What the hell are you doing? You summon the defective ones specifically. Oh, this is great. Ah, fuck, I'm dead. I should have put more shields up. Let's cardio you from the start this time. Yep. Cheesing it. Oh, also I should keep trying to... Oh, I meant to hit you with that. There we go. Remember to keep putting the dots on them. Oh, I need to... I can't rescue NPCs still. Assuming she can't die until this scene is done. He should have been dead a while ago. Good, we're still alive. Got it. Of course, I'm on very easy mode. I feel like this is no reason to celebrate, but you should just be dead. You should have been dead 2 phases ago. My tonics, they betrayed me. Girls ODing. Enough, Ellery. We must escape while we still can. A smoke bomb, quickly! Fine, have it your way. Wait, that's a goblin made... No, you'll rue the day you made enemies of the unbound! She left quite the mess behind her, nothing the Heartsting can't detoxify, though. Let's hurry and clear away the poison. There you are. We came running once we heard the explosion, but I'm pleased to see you're none the worse for wear. Ellery and Kokonoa have picked the wrong explosive. We should consider ourselves fortunate the goblin bombs resemble unbound smoke bombs. Gobby boobs and friendly faces win the day! Inbreakers go flying skyward! We made our rounds of the long stop as well. The enemy mammoths patrolling the place have gone lifeless. Your treasure's safe, I trust? Yes, thanks to Mavic's support. Very good. Should those troublemakers survive the impending fall, they won't pose the same threat without it. If they do happen to show their sorry faces around here again, I've notified the Yellow Jackets to be on the lookout for them. They send their regards, and deepest gratitude, of course. The Heartsting's safe again. Thank you for everything. And thank you too, Brayflox. We might not have found Ellery and Kokonoa without you. Brayflox Happy Givings, lending, important for all good gobbies to offer hand lending to fellow gobby friends. It's an honor to be counted among your gobby friends. As eager as I am to get the heart sting safely back to Toral, I'd like to say my goodbyes to everyone here first, if that's alright. Wislam and Zreeg deserve to know everything that transpired in the end, for one thing. Should we make our way to Ilport? Good to see you, Miss Loshkana. Well, I believe our troubles are over, but I've never been good at farewells. Well met, you two. How fares the hunt for Eloret? Sent them flying, did you? Now, those are what I call good tidings. To think they'd confuse a goblin explosive for their own smoke bombs serves them right, I say. With Mishloshkana's heirloom returned, we can breathe a collective sigh of relief. I, for one, am pleased there will be no more risk of poisoned elixirs. I wouldn't have wished those hiccups on my worst enemy. By the by, Mishloshkana, I knew you traveled far to get here. I didn't realize you hailed from Toral. That's quite a voyage. Will you be heading home soon? That's right, Vilburn's a fascinating place, but my village is probably worried sick about me, and the heart sting too, of course. Though your time here was short, you'll be sorely missed. We still have much to learn, but one day perhaps we might find our way to Toral as well. That'll be wonderful, and when you do, I'll look forward to hearing all about your adventures. And you, we had a feeling you were no ordinary adventurer. Imagine our surprise when we learned you were the savior of the realm himself. One of our Yellow Jacket acquaintances boasted about meeting the Warrior of Light while still investigating serial poisonings, and that's when it dawned on us. She sends her regards, by the way. We've malms to go before we reach your lofty heights, but God's willing, we'll try to rise to the challenge. Indeed, you've given much to aspire to as a fellow healer, and I shall do my utmost to follow your shining example. Be well, you two, and may we meet again on distant shores. Thank you both for your help. I'll never forget it. It's time I returned to Yolal. It would mean the world to me if you'd come too. I wouldn't want to report our success to Nipune without you. Yep. Loshkana and Mavik as well. Your combined presence here can only mean one thing. Mavik and I have brought the heart sting home. So you have. I regret that I couldn't assist you, but I'm relieved that all is well. Words cannot express my gratitude to you both. Taking back the heart sting was no easy task, but I learned a great deal on my journey to Eorzea. One of the Unbound, a man called Kokonoma, possessed an inherent immunity to poison built up by years of regularly ingesting small amounts. Rather than relying solely on the Scorpion's gift to detoxify us, perhaps we might learn from those traditions and build up a stronger immunity of our own. It would be prudent to prepare ourselves in case something like this ever happens again. If we're to continue living among the deadly, perhaps it's time we found new ways to overcome the challenges we face. Throughout my life in the village, I thought I knew everything there was to know about the heart sting, but now I understand the Scorpion's gifts can easily become a curse in the wrong hands. With its power can poison a single water source, threaten countless lives on a whim. And yet at the same time, its detoxifying powers can save just as many. I begin to wonder, could the heart sting provide succor outside of our village? Should it? Will the risks prove too great? Excellent questions. Knowing what the Heartsting is capable of outside its borders, we might consider this carefully for the future of our people. I'm certain your father will wish to speak more of it upon our return. As you can see, our community has much to consider if we're to keep thriving, but for the moment, I'm simply glad the Heartsting's back in Tyrell. I can't thank you enough for your help. Until I met you, I'd never hunted alongside a healer, but knowing I had your support filled me with courage. Yours is a heartening presence, one I'm going to miss dearly. You have my gratitude and my trust, now and forever. As much as I'd like to, I won't keep you any longer. Nipune and I have a long trek back home. I wish you all the best, and I hope, no, I know, we'll meet again someday. There we go. Let's go raid somebody. I need to have clocked in 3 minutes ago. Let's raid Wobbly Python. Let me see. If you're on YouTube, we're going to twitch.tv/Wobbly Python. Raid message you find the missing persons. I will see you guys whenever I'm next live, which is hopefully tomorrow morning. We'll see. Till then, adios.